Good morning, guys. Well, it's kind of noon. Not necessarily morning, but it's definitely morning for this guy who only got 2 hours of sleep. But you're gonna go back home and go to sleep. Don't worry.
I'll probably fall asleep during the doctor visit.
Probably. So we are on our way to our second opinion consult. So yeah, we're on our way to, I guess, kind of our second opinion. We know what our first doctor recommended that we do next, and so we don't necessarily agree with what he said. So
And you want to know what he said?
What?
Let's just do it again.
Yeah, pretty much. So we're on our way to a new doctor. We went to the firm in Jacksonville. I know sometimes people are weird about giving out details, but I want for you guys to know we did not love the firm in Jacksonville. I know some people really like it, but then some people really don't.
The
we
nurses
didn't
were
love
phenomenal.
it. Yeah, the nurses were very nice, and a couple of the doctors were nice. Our doctor, Dr. Winslow, we did not care for. So we are now going to CRM, which is in Orlando. So we're going to CRM in Orlando. They have 3 different offices. We're going to the Orlando office, which I think is their main office, their biggest office. And we are seeing Dr. Loy. They also have a lot of doctors, more than the firm did.
Yeah, like 6 or 7.
Yeah, they have a lot of different ones, but Dr. Loy is supposedly the best. I think they're all good, but we have heard a lot of good things about him, and that seems to be who a lot of people choose to use. I don't know what is really going to happen at this visit or what kind of information we're going to get. I'm kind of like, I don't know. It's weird to be like, tomorrow would have been our due date for our last round of IVF if we hadn't have had a miscarriage.
Right.
And so it's very strange. Like, when every time we get to the point of like testing, I'm like, okay, but remember, it's still 9 months to make a baby, and like 9 months is a long time. And so to be at that 9-month point from when we started IVF is just very strange to like. And we don't have anything more than we did 9 months ago. It's literally just still at square one of trying to figure out what is going to make this work, or if anything will make this work. So that's kind of a hard pill to swallow sometimes. Like, sometimes I feel like we've been wasting time or we haven't been doing what we should have been doing. But in reality, there's not really anything for us to do. I mean, yes, we could have made an appointment earlier, but we just weren't at that spot yet. Well, with every failure, you have to like recoup yourself, I think. And like,
we went through like a whole decision process, and we started the adoption process, and then we found out the whole
about that adoption
agency, and then I think that slowed you down a little bit with the decision making, because I'm ready to just, I could go in and go do the adoption now.
Yeah.
But I think you are looking for a little bit more closure other than, well, we can just do it again and see if it works. So.
Yeah, I think I'm really like, and I've been praying a lot about it and thinking a lot about it, and like trying to prepare myself of like what I need to hear to decide that it's not worth it to go through it again right now, or it is worth it to go through it again. And I really am just looking for, I guess, for him to sit down and not just say, well, let's just try it again. Like, I really want for him to sit down and say, I think that this thing or these things are keeping this from working, and so this is what I'm going to do to fix that. But anyways, we are going to continue up the road. I'm gonna have to stop and get coffee or something on our way back down. Even though it's 95 degrees, maybe that's a bad idea. I'm not sure. We're going in, wish us luck. We made it.
We did.
We're in the office. I had my blood pressure checked and my weight and my height. I haven't shrunk any yet, thankfully. So yeah, now we're just waiting. I don't know, I'm really nervous. Derek. What song is playing? This is the sign that they play Disney music when you're waiting.
They were playing Hey There Delilah just a minute ago.
Well, I didn't hear that, but I did hear this song. I was sitting here and I was like, oh, I know this song.
We gotta update your address on this thing.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It should be my good address.
To have the Orlando. control.
Oh, okay. Our other place still has not sent the records, and now they screwed around today, and so the person already left, so they can't even get it today. Just another reason why we left. How are you feeling?
Good.
Yeah?
Yeah, they are very thorough.
They are very thorough here.
I mean,
and
not
like,
that it's a bad thing.
So nice, and like went through everything, which our other doctor didn't do with us, so I'm already feeling better.
Yeah.
And she already said that they were going to scan me for endometriosis today, so
Yeah, they'll take it.
that will be good.
We'll see.
And then she said we'll probably have to do a laparoscope because that's the only way to know for sure.
So, well, I mean, we'll see.
But I'm excited.
Yeah.
Well, we're done with our ultrasound.
We are.
I definitely have endometriosis, so
Laparoscope
something that
too,
we're just figuring out now. It's a little bit frustrating because it was clear to me on this ultrasound, and I feel like Dr. Winslow should have caught that, but he didn't.
Like
Derek
we
said I
said,
shouldn't be upset. Just
no
keep moving
reason
forward.
To be upset. Just gotta move forward, babe.
Okay. So we made it out. We both came out with battle wounds. Derek had blood drawn and I had blood drawn.
You had way more blood drawn.
She started off with 15 tubes and narrowed it down to 11 because I had already had my hepatitis and something else done when we did IVF up there.
Communicable diseases.
So I feel, I don't really know how to feel, honestly. I feel like relieved and like at peace and just like,
yeah.
I don't feel like I have to figure anything out here.
No.
Like I can literally just walk in, tell them my concerns, and have him tell me what we should do.
It's
and I
very,
trust
very
what he
different.
says.
So I know some of you that watch go to the firm, and I know some of you that watch have been to CRM and you haven't had a good experience, and it may be because of the specific doctor we had, but I would recommend CRM over the firm any day of the week.
Yeah, me too.
So,
I just like, he just got it. Like everything that I said, every concern that I had, every question that I had, there was never a, sometimes I feel with doctors, they're like, why are you asking this question? It's a dumb question. You must have just heard that from a friend or off of Google or something. Like, stop trying to diagnose yourself. Stop trying to be a doctor. And he just, every question that I had, he was like, that's a great question. Let me explain this to you. Or it was just good. It was just good to talk to someone and feel like he was actually listening and that he actually cared about helping us and not just doing the thing that was going to make him the most amount of money. I mean, he even said, I think we can get you pregnant without IVF, so let's just see if we can get it done.
And he was very confident when he made that statement because he
Yeah.
said, I can count on 2 hands the number of women I haven't been able to get pregnant with your symptoms.
So he did diagnose us, just going off of what Derek just said, he did diagnose us with multiple miscarriages or recurrent pregnancy loss, because after you've had 2, then he diagnoses you. So it was a little hard to hear that just because I feel like it sets it more in stone of like what we've been going through, but at the same time it was also nice to hear it because number one, our insurance covers a lot more diagnostically when he
because
says
he diagnosed us recurrent pregnancy loss versus infertility.
Right. And he said that with our pregnancy in January, if you guys remember that, we didn't talk about it a ton, but he said that that was a great sign. I mean, it was all on our own, and so he said the fact that that happened was great. So we'll see. We have a game plan now. They did a lot of blood work on me. They did some on Derek. We're doing a repeat semen analysis just because he wants to make sure and check and see what everything looks like. I was diagnosed with endometriosis today. He saw 2 large sacks of free-floating fluid in my abdomen, which he said were definitely pointed, obviously, towards endometriosis. So I'm going to call on cycle day 1 to schedule a laparoscopy, a hysteroscopy, and hopefully an endometrial biopsy as well at the same time. So hopefully that will be done next month, and then we will schedule a consult with him 2 weeks after that to go over all of our findings with the surgeries, blood works, yeah, everything else.
That's when we actually set our game plan.
Yeah, that's when we'll actually decide like what he suggests for us to do. So lots of information. I felt like a new patient today. Like I really felt like, I really felt like this is the first time I've ever talked to a doctor about my problems, about my symptoms, about anything, and I just went in not knowing anything. He even like drew pictures for us of things, and like it was really, really good. 100% what we needed. And Derek and I both said we came out of the office feeling 100% different than I anticipated feeling leaving. I kind of thought that we were going to leave and say, well, we're not ready to spend that kind of money on IVF again, so we'll just go home and start the adoption. And I don't feel that way.
Right.
He said even without IVF. He wasn't saying, well, we'll for sure get you pregnant with IVF. He said we may just get you pregnant the old-fashioned way, which would be amazing. And so exciting to not have to spend $30,000 to get pregnant. So I don't know, we'll see. Right now we're on our way to go get some food, and then I've got to jump right back into dog visits. Derek's got to go home and sleep. So yeah. Oh, I've just been sitting here thinking about everything that happened today, and just like, it's just blowing my mind. Like, I don't think that I've quite wrapped my head around the fact that in 2 hours and 1 doctor's visit, we have so many answers. Like, I don't know, it's just like when you finally get to the place where someone just gets it and they just understand. And like, this doctor had to go through IVF to get his 4 children each time they went through IVF, and it's like, to just sit down and have somebody get it. Like, he was in our shoes, like he understands how we're feeling. It's just like so comforting. Like, I feel like I trust him 100%. If he told me to jump off a cliff and that would make me pregnant, I'd probably do it. Like, it's just, I felt so nervous going into it, and as soon as we met like the first nurse, I was like, this is going to be okay. Like, everything's gonna be okay. And then we met the doctor, and I was like, it's just good. Like, it's just okay. I told Derek, like, for the first time, I don't have to think about anything. Like, every question that I had, he had an answer for, or he explained it to me, or he had already planned to have that test done. And like, they were bringing up things that like I hadn't even thought about. Like, and that's new for me because I do so much research and I look into things so like scrutinizing every little thing and every little problem that there could be, and like to have somebody that was already doing that, like doing his job, like I don't have to worry about it. And so many times he was like, I'm gonna get you pregnant, like I'm gonna do it, it's going to happen. And it was like, I know he can't tell me that for certainty, like there's a no 100%, nobody can know that until it happens, but it's just like to have someone be like, it's gonna happen, like take a breath. I know you've been waiting a long time, but it's gonna happen. He was like, after 6 years, he was like, it's baby time. Like, it's time to get these things figured out and to figure out either why you cannot get pregnant and move on to adoption after that, or to figure out like what's going to get me pregnant. And I just feel so at peace. Like, just, I feel like after these tests, if there's still no answers, then I could move on to adoption knowing that we tested things and we tried things. And either move on to adoption knowing that, or move on to IVF or IUIs or whatever it is that he suggests that we try next. Because he wants to go the least expensive route that we can go, which we are all for that. So like we told you guys, I think I told you before, that he diagnosed me with recurrent pregnancy loss, which, like I said, it was a hard thing to hear because it like solidified my feelings and what we went through. But at the same time, it was like, we went through it. There's no need to like brush it under the rug or try to pretend like it's not there. Like, let's use that as a stepping stone to get to where we need to go. I'm just so grateful. I feel like all of my prayers and all of my hopes and dreams were answered today in this visit, and I just feel good. Like, I just feel at peace. And I know that I don't have a baby yet, but I feel like we made serious progress and serious steps. I feel like we made more progress today to getting to the end result that we want than we have in the past 4 years probably altogether. So any of you guys that are in the Orlando, Kissimmee area and you're looking for an RE or somebody to help you get pregnant, I 100% would recommend Dr. Loy at CRM. He is fantastic and I love him so much already and cannot wait for the day that he gets me pregnant, because I truly believe that it's going to happen one way or another. It's just going to work. So we'll see. I am heading home. I have a little bit of time before 2 trainings tonight on some new clients. And then I'm looking forward to resting and getting this video up, because it is 6:10 now. So you guys probably are going to see this like around the 7:30 mark, 7 o'clock mark, but I'm gonna get home, get the video up. We will see you guys on Friday, hopefully for a Fit Friday. I don't know that we want to go over our weights this week, but maybe we will. Maybe we'll have a miraculous weight loss in the next few days. But we will see you guys on Friday. Thank you so much for all of the love and encouragement. I could definitely feel it today. All of you guys who were thinking about us as we went to our appointment. And I'm really excited about what the next few months have in store as far as just getting some answers, at least. Even if we don't get pregnant, just getting some answers. So we'll see you guys on Friday. We love you. Bye.